is the one you've been waiting for. I took an entire short box of comics to Heroescon, and come kick it and let's see how many I actually got signed. What is up, all you beautiful legends? I hope you guys are having a great week and happy Saturday. As you saw by the beginning of this, and if you haven't seen part 1 of my Heroescon haul, I'll put a little pin right there and it will be linked at the end as well. So make sure you guys go check out that one. But this is the one that I'm excited for. This is the one that I got all my signatures done, all my remarks, and a couple sketch covers. So we're just gonna kind of go right into it. But again, just thank you to anybody who's been checking out my Heroescon playlist. Anybody who isn't, make sure you hit the description and follow me on Instagram. I'm sharing a lot of behind the scenes, reels, other things like that that haven't made it to YouTube yet. So make sure you guys go follow me there for all like the hot behind the scenes kind of stuff. So we're going to start off with kind of the more personal ones and like the Comics Curing Cancer stuff and the hashtag Link Squad and things that are just kind of more meaningful to me. So if you haven't seen it by now, I'm sure you've seen it here and you're going to see it again. It's the Comics Curing Cancer art book, and I tried to get as many signatures. Let's see, I got DJ Links, my dude that designed my logo, Dan Dielinger, Rob Fatsex, Izzyverse, Mark, let's see, who else? Austin LeMay. I think I got Chad Schoedel. I still need to get a couple more, but this is something I'm probably going to have to mail out because I want each community member that had a part to this, or any artist that had a part to this, I want to have them all sign the front of it. So this is something I know I've seen Alan the Comic Viking do as well, but this is definitely something I'm probably going to have to get shipped out and get some more signatures on because I wasn't able to get them all and not all the people were there. So if you haven't got that, make sure you guys, I think there's still a couple, make sure you guys go check out DJ Links over on his Instagram. I think it's DJ, don't want to say it because I don't know his website by heart, but just go hit up DJ Links because anything Comics Curing Cancer is still available there. Next, speaking of DJ Links, this was from last year. This was actually the Salve, and this is their limited, this is their official like first comic book that they did with the Illuminati. And this was 99 out of 100. And I actually got all of them to sign. DJ Links, Nikki Six, Remy, Tyler, Austin LeMay, and then even Javon Jordan was there. So it was super, super dope. And then Mark, Legion of Comics, all of them were there. I know they had the metal one that got really signed. Hopefully the glare's not too bad. It's in Mylar, in a clear backer board and everything, but it's dope. So I got all the Illuminati, all the homies to sign, and Javon Jordan, and Austin LeMay. So happy to have that. Happy to have that finally completed because that was kind of one of my goals. I wanted to get everybody to sign it, and it was a nice surprise to see Javon Jordan there. Speaking of Javon, Link Squad baby, Hail Crow, King of Hell, got Javon to sign right down there. Dude was awesome. He was phenomenal. I talked to him while I was hanging out with Zavala, talking to him for a while. But yeah, went over to his booth, Austin, because I didn't know where he was. He was tucked into the corner. So big, big shout out to Heroescon for bringing him last minute. I'm not sure if it was just kind of how it works, but he wasn't announced, so happy to see that. Lastly, to finish up and wrap up the Comics Curing Cancer stuff, like I said, Unnatural Order, issue number 1. We have that Matt Wilson signature. He was there. I wanted to pick up a couple of his books, but I forgot. I only went to his booth once to get his signature, and then I was going to go back to pick up like a Nottingham and a couple other ones, but I never had the time. So just happy to have that signed. So if you have an Unnatural Order and Matt Wilson's going to be at Anycon, make sure you bring it because he will sign that. It's just great. Like I said, my signatures, getting things signed, talking to creators like this is hands down why I go to conventions. My favorite part of the collecting and the comic books. I love having grails, I love having slab comics, I love hunting keys and reading stories, but at the end of the day, nothing beats actually talking to these creators, talking to these artists, and talking about the books that I love. This was one that I was very hyped, and again, I think they announced this a few days before the con, and there wasn't a lot of Spawn representation, but this is actually Kaibar. He's from, I'm pretty sure he's from Italy, but him and his wife, I'm assuming, it might be girlfriend, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I talked to him for like a half hour, 45 minutes, and he was awesome. But I got this one, that Virgin, done. Like I said, man, he's so dope. I'm not sure how the editing processor is gonna go, but if you can't see any of these, I'll post some pictures up right here. And he signed this one in the brown to match. But yeah, I'll post some pictures up there, and I'll link Instagram stuff like I did in the other one. That way you guys can go follow him. But he was awesome, dude. He was so nice, so kind-hearted, And it was just great to see Spawn represented at that con because, like I said, there's only a couple artists there that have really worked on Spawn. There's a lot of like sketch covers and commissions and prints and stuff, but to actually work on the Spawn book was really incredible to me. And you know, Spawn is my main jam, so to be able to talk to them was phenomenal. This was one artist that, shame, I met him last year, but didn't have the time or didn't want to wait in the line really. But this is Ain't No Grave. This is issue number 2. Shout out to ABX Comics and Games, my online LCS. This is the 1 in 25, and then it is signed by Scotty Young right there. Shout out to Chris, the comic vet, because like I said, his line was super long, probably like an hour and a half, 2 hour wait. And I was gonna wait in it no matter what because I had a couple books I needed signed by Scotty. But I saw Chris, the comic vet, he was like 4th or 5th in line. He's like, yo bro, you need a book signed? Gave him the cash, gave him the book, and boom. So big shout out to them. And a lot of these you're going to see later on this year. I'm definitely, now that JSA and CGC are partnered up, I'm definitely going to be submitting a ton of these books and books I got signed last year. This was another surprise. He wasn't announced. He wasn't advertised really whatsoever on the Instagram posts. I didn't see him on the listings, but I was walking around and this book just came out, and this is Gromit's issue number 1, and the artist Brett Parsons was actually there. And I'll play a little clip right there. There should be a little clip that pops up right there, me meeting him, or I'll just pop it up interrupting me. But he was awesome. Talked to him for a few minutes, and I was just super hyped to see him there. If you haven't read Gromit's, it's a great 80s skater story from the 80s. I'm a 90s kid, but I did skate as a kid, so resonates really well with me. And if you didn't see, nice signature placement. He signed it right in the gap of those trees right there. So love to see that. Next, this was hands down the most awkward experience I've ever seen or had with an artist meeting them the first time. And I'm super excited to have this signed and unbox this. But you saw it in one of my last videos. This is the Call of Duty Zombies issue number 1, signed in that green by Simon Bisley. But again, man, he was just really weird. He was giving me some sketchy vibes, and he had a lady with him that he shouldn't have probably been calling baby. So if you know, you know. Not gonna out anybody, but yeah, man, it was the most awkward experience and probably the first and last time I will ever have anything signed by Simon Bisley. But that's the one book I needed, so cool to get that off the list. Next, man, I want to get a sketch cover done with him, but I do want to get something done with him in the future because he was just awesome to talk to. This is Deadpool issue number 1, signed. Might be a little hard to see, but signed in the red down there by Chris Capana. Again, dude was hilarious. Talked to him for like 15-20 minutes. Like I said, shout out to Heroescon. That is why I love this convention, because you can just talk to these creators and artists for a long time, except a couple like Jenny Frison, Scotty Young, Danny Warren Johnson, you know, Chris Claremont. There's a few that have like hour-long lines, so you can't really stand there, but even them, we'll get into it. They're still going to talk to you for a while. Next, this was my first time meeting her, and she was such a sweetheart. Was over at her booth for like 15-20 minutes. Filmed a little Q&A with her, asking her what kind of her hidden talent is. You can catch that on Instagram as well. But I got that issue of Batman, and then she has a really gorgeous signature with that little heart right there, Chrissy Zulo. So I was very, very, very happy, and she was excited to see this one because she said it's a harder one to get, and I was actually the first one that brought her a Batman one to sign. All the other ones were like the Harley Quinn ones, I think. But she was awesome, such a sweetheart. So if you see her at a con, if you're not following her, make sure you go drop her a follow. Love her work, and man, like I said, she was very, very nice. Next, I was hyped to see these guys as well. So I knew Ryan Brown was going to be there, but I didn't know Charles Soule was going to be there as well. And this is 8 Billion Genie's Wish World. I think this was like a San Diego Comic-Con or a New York Comic-Con exclusive last year. But I read all the 8 Billion Genie stuff. I love it. And I missed out on this issue. So they were there, so I picked this up. I think it was like $20 for the issue, and they signed it both for free. He's got the signature above, and then Brown has it over there. But Ryan Brown put that little genie remark on there. So love that. I need to read this because, like I said, I read the whole story, and this is still one I need to read. So phenomenal. Very, very happy to get that. And then one of, not really a grail piece, but one of the ones I wanted to complete the trifecta. Last year at GalaxyCon, Jenny Frison was there. That was the first time I met her. And this is the 8 Billion Genies issue number 1, the first printing. And got that. Had the Jenny Frison already signed from GalaxyCon. But then I had Charles Soule and Ryan Brown complete the trifecta. So I have all three on there. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. That's one of my favorite covers right there. Next, let's get into it. These are the main meat potatoes of why I went to the con, some of the big goals I went to. Jenny Frison, I think I was maybe 4th or 5th in her line the first time she was going to sign, because like I said, it was probably about an hour to 2 hour wait once it signed up. She was doing 5 free books, and then after that you had to pay for them. So I just took I had a couple with me. I only brought like 2 or 3, and then the next day I brought like 2 with her the next time I caught her before it opened, since press passes could get in a couple hours early. So this one was phenomenal. Ghost Spider, I had to get this one. Shout out to Lady Durs, huge Spider-Gwen fan. I love her signature. She has a really clean signature right across the chest right there. Again, big shout out to her. She's awesome. I love talking to her. Now we have Harley Quinn, issue number 36. Same thing. Side right across the chesticles. One of my favorite covers. I love her representation of Harley, man. I think she is probably hands down my favorite artist that's done Harley in a long time, maybe ever. This one, another great signature placement right on the arm. That's Harley Quinn. I think it's issue 32. Again, another huge fan of that cover with the pink. And then we have the recent cover with Harley Quinn, issue number 39. I think it was like that spectrograph or whatever, that disco cover. But again, another phenomenal one that's side right above the thigh. So that was all Jenny Frison. And like I said, I'm not sure if I'll pop up pictures or not. Maybe we'll see how it goes in editing. It was a long day at work today, and I have to work tomorrow. So we'll get this video wrapped up and we'll see what we do. Next is the man, the homie, John Jang. I was so hyped to see him there. I was one of the first people that kind of was tagging him. Shout out to all the homies that rallied around the cause to tag heroes and make them notice that they need this caliber of talent. And like I said, man, one of the nicest dudes to ever meet. I think I have like a 7 or 8 minute video of me just chilling there talking to him, just kind of talking about comics, talking about the craft, and that will be coming on YouTube soon. But yeah, man, huge shout out to the homie. So I brought just a bunch of random books to get signed. I didn't know which ones I was going to get. So I got this one. This is the Joker. I think which one is this? James Tynion run. I forget which run this is, but this is issue number 1, and this is 976 of 1,000, and then I got that signed right there. So again, huge shout out, and you're gonna see at the end, one of the things that I got done was a big goal of mine this year, and I 100% completed it. Next we have the Deviant. This is that NYCC exclusive. I think this is issue number 1, again signed in the silver down there. Might be a little bit hard to see. Then we got that one. So like I said, man, Heroescon is just unmatched for being able to hang out, talk to these artists, being able to connect with them on a different level than normal cons. I think this is TMNT, The Last Ronin, Lost Years, issue number 2, I do believe. But wanted to get that signed. I thought that'd be real cool with the grayscale and the silver right there. I think he signed everything in the silver, to be honest. And then we have that one. And again, big shout out to Superior Stand. Nice holder of all the comics, so if you need any stands or anything like that, make sure you check the description. I'll make sure I link them because that's what I'm using for my stands now. Great product as well. This is the one I was most excited about taking. This is Transformers 84 issue, Secrets and Lies, issue number 1. And he was super excited to see this. This is the one he says he rarely ever sees at cons. This is one of the harder to get ones, so definitely wanted to get that signed. Huge Transformers fan as well. And then the last one I took was, of course, he did Vanish. So if you don't know, Vanish was one of my favorite series when it drops. Huge Spawn vibes, kind of your modern day Spawn, and I definitely wanted to get that one done. So me and him talked about this cover for a while. Wanted to ask him a few questions, and this was the one that was almost never done. So like I said, check out the video on YouTube when it drops, but stay tuned until then. Next was the line I stood in the longest for. I stood in line for this for probably about, I don't know, half hour or hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, maybe an hour, I don't know. We were chilling, we were just hanging out, but this was Daniel Warren Johnson, and we'll just kind of start with this. We'll start with this. So I got this done. This was not done at by Daniel Warren Johnson. This was not done at Heroescon, but this was actually done at GalaxyCon last year by Sean Fournet. I've posted his information. I have a whole GalaxyCon video, so if you want to check that out more on detail, it'll be there. But I actually got this blank sketch done by him, this battle damaged Optimus, and I just thought it'd be cool to have Daniel Warren Johnson sign it, and he loved it. He was a huge fan of it, and like I said, just thought it'd be cool to have that signed by him. Also, it's an issue number 1, and it's what kind of sparked my love of Transformers. So, one of the things I wanted to get were these ash cans, man. Void Rivals issue number 1, Transformers issue number 1. These are something that are definitely going to be CGC, JSA verified. These are very clean copies, and love that he signed it in the white. So you have those 2 pair. So very, very, very excited about that. So they might fit. Let me see if they both fit up here. Let me see how that Superior stand goes. There we go. They both kind of go up there. Just want to be careful with these. So the next 3 are kind of the 3 things I wanted to get done besides all the signatures. So Dan Nielinger, I've posted information about him before. He's the guy who did my logo. Big, big, big shout out to him. I talk to him all the time. This was kind of a pre-con sketch. He did some of it before the con, but if you didn't see last year, I have a Spawn that's almost the exact same as this, except no color. It's just a pencil sketch. But this was on the Venom Separation Anxiety issue number 1. And it's that Venom with that Spawn corner box. And the last year he did all of Spawn with a Venom corner box. So I love, if you can even see, might need to zoom in right there, but he's got the little spider hanging in the background. I told him to blast it with some green at the end to try and give it some color. So absolutely phenomenal. Very, very happy to get this. I need to get some like Gator Guards or comic capsules. I need to get more of those kind of things to protect these comics. So get them on the wall. So speaking of wall kind of stuff, I am going to be talking about that in the future. I'm going to be changing rooms, so stay on the lookout for that. Next, another one of my goals before even going to the con, I reached out to him. I was like, hey man, I'm definitely getting a commission by you. So I was just kind of perusing the prices and gave him some cash, and this is what came out, and I was more than happy. And this is on the Spawn 1 blank, but this is actually Cameron Johnson, and he's done covers for TMNT, the Saturday Morning Adventures, and he just dropped a cover for Destro, part of the Energon universe, so stay on the lookout for that. But this is that Violator. Absolute phenomenal. Absolute. On the back it says rust and color, and then ... add spice and zest. So he wrote all that kind of stuff. I might need to blur that out. Yeah, I'm gonna need to blur that little section out real quick. You'll probably see an image flashed upon that because I didn't notice he wrote my phone number down. So if you see your little random image, that's why. But this is phenomenal. I love this Violator. I love the detail on that. I think these are gonna go perfectly on the wall together, and I can't wait to change rooms. So last, but most importantly, not least, I had one real big goal besides, hanging out with the homies, doing everything. But besides like hunting books, I didn't really have any goal books besides the ones I wanted to find this year. But one of the things I wanted to do this year is to get this book in particular double remarked and double signed by 2 artists in particular, which are my favorite artists pretty much in the game, my favorite writer in the game, and that's Daniel Warren Johnson and John Jang. So I originally took this book to John Jang, and since there was nobody at his booth at the time, and I was like, hey man, you blah blah blah, kind of talked to him a little bit, and he's like, why don't you go over to Daniel Warren Johnson and get that done, and then let me hold on to your book for the weekend, for the night or whatever. And I think that's what he was doing with all his remark kind of stuff or sketch cover kind of stuff, just to make it easier for him. He could work on it back at the hotel. So I was like, cool. So I went over to the Daniel Warren Johnson line, stood in there for like a half hour. And if you haven't seen it yet, again, that full clip is coming soon, but I might play a little clip here as well. It's on Instagram, but I have the full video of me talking to him. I was there for like 5-6 minutes talking to him. I have this full remark done. But we're just gonna show it, man. Hopefully the glare's not too bad. If the glare's bad, you're gonna get a picture there. But at the top, Daniel Warren Johnson hit it with that Optimus remark right across the top, and then he's got the signature right there. And then after Daniel Warren Johnson was done, I took it to Jang. He had my book overnight, and then had the signature, and then he hit it with the Optimus remark. So this is probably one of the top few things in my collection that I'm just so honored, so humbled for, to be able to, like I said, to be able to talk to these creators, to tell them how much I appreciate them. Daniel Warren Johnson really, his writing and reading Do a Powerbomb, reading Murder Falcon, and I'm almost done with Extremity. I still need to read Wonder Woman, Dead of Earth, and Beta Ray Bill, but just like Daniel Warren Johnson's writing style, his drawing style. Sorry, I've only looked at this a couple times. This is like the third time since I've been back at the con that I've took it out of the box because I've been saving all this for the video. So I'm just still kind of sinking in, but it's phenomenal. But yeah, just being able to tell that man just how he changed the way I looked at comics, how I read comics, how I appreciate comics. It's really, really phenomenal. And then John Jang is just such a nice dude, such a phenomenal dude. Big time homie. I love the dude to death, being able to talk to him for as long as I could. And like I said, he's hands down one of the top cover artists in the game, and already a legend of our generation. Same thing with all these creators. So big shout out to Heroescon. Big shout out to all these guys. Let me know what your favorite was. This was hands down my favorite, and sketch covers were a close second, and then probably the Comics Curing Cancer and the DJ Links kind of stuff were a close third. But let me know down in the comments. I have a couple more Heroescon videos. Once those are all wrapped up, we will get back to our regular scheduled, weekly comic books, our Friday positivities, all that kind of stuff. But make sure you hang with me tomorrow. I'll be back with my live, the Sunday Night Sesh. I might move the time around a little bit because my homie Still 35 Cents, I found out, goes live at the same time at 6. So just check the Instagram post. Still trying to work things out, and we might move things around. So yeah, man, thank you. Thank you to Heroescon, thank you to the homies, thank you to everybody watching these playlists and spending some time with me. If you're new here, make sure you follow, subscribe, hit the bell, hit all that kind of stuff. I truly appreciate you guys. Stay legendary, and as always, I hope you guys find what you're looking for.